this, and I'm delighted to welcome you to 6 easy steps to get your life on track. And first things first, though, just want to really check in here whether this is actually for you. So let's take a look at some of the things which typically I find people, when they're looking for some help, it may be that they've felt a bit out of sorts for some time, or uncertain about things that are maybe going on in their life, even a little scared. There's a real strong urge to make some changes, and very often unsure about which direction to go in next. So they're generally wanting some help, and assuming that's you, then congratulations, and you're here. So well done for investing this precious time in yourself, for yourself. And today, I promise you that there will be a gem for each one of you. Will get something out of this to help get you on track with your health, for optimum vitality, with well-being, for peace of mind, and with your life overall, for joyful living. And at the end of this webinar, I shall be making a special announcement, which I'm very excited about. So without further ado, let's move on. And everyone is a winner on this webinar. So thank you for showing up. And I shall, as a thank you to you, I shall be sending out my secret top tips. It's what keeps me on track. There tend to be simple things around self-care routines, the little habits that we create. Some are good, some are not so good. But the top tips are it's a very clear sheet to be able to use as a reference, as a checklist. So and sometimes just getting back to the basics, the things that we tend to forget, especially when we place ourselves under pressure. So claim yours by sending me an email to metawellbeingcoach@gmail.com. That's metawellbeingcoach@gmail.com. However, the first things I want to check in with you, so that you can make the most of this time together, and immersing yourself, of course, into this completely is probably a luxury for many of you. But please, the usual requests: switch off any other devices, or at least put them on silent, out of the way, and make sure that everybody else who's around you knows that you're not to be disturbed. Ensure you have a drink to hand, and that you're sitting nice and comfortably. Ensure you've got your notepad and pen too ready, and that your audio is switched on. And well, I'm sure it must be, otherwise you probably can't hear me. But hopefully you can see the screen. Okay, so I'm Susan Gardner. For those of you who are not familiar with me, I am an agent of change, and it's been a theme within my life, and something that I'm very passionate about, and recognize that there's opportunities around us all the time for change, when we so desire it. It's something that for many people, it's thought of as something almost elusive. For many people, get stuck in ways which are not serving them. So I love, and I'm so passionate about the work that I do, to bring about change for people with using small steps, just small steps. So emotional resilience, mind matters are the areas that I love to work with my clients in. And even more so, I'm so fortunate to be able to take what I do overseas as well. So if you don't find me online, you will find me in Ashby, Tamworth, Little Haywood, Tuscany and Barbados. So isn't that fantastic? Lucky for some, hey. So firstly, let's get into the zone. Let's feel the moment, be in the moment. Please get yourselves in a position where you can put both your feet on the floor. Get yourself grounded and rooted. And roll out any tension out from your shoulders. Taking involuntary deep breaths, nice and slowly. Consciously then breathing in through your nose. Oh, and feel the difference. Sighing out any stresses, just let them go on the outward breath. Really feel the difference. And just gently move your head from side to side. And up and down. Gently does it back to center. So if you wish, carry on and repeat a couple more times. And to be able to do this is very instantaneously going to help you with wherever you're at, you know, whatever the mood is, whatever little job that you may have coming in that you have to get done, then this is something so simple to help bring in the balance. Okay, so let's get you connected with your genius. So placing your attention on something directly in front of you now, maybe slightly upwards. It could be just whatever's above your laptop screen. And if you can fix your gaze on whatever you choose. And once again, maybe taking a nice deep breath as you allow yourself to be still, be present and focused. So becoming aware of your peripheral vision and all the details of the objects, the things that come into that part of your vision. Noticing how expansive this can make you feel. So once again, taking a nice deep breath in now. And trust that whatever gem you need to take away from this to help you get your life on track is perfectly revealed in whatever shape or form. Okay, so let's go. I hope you're all ready to go. So moving on and starting with step one, always a good place to start with our 6 key steps. And that is to know that you are where you are. So in that sense, I want you to just consider for a moment what actually is critical for you to address right now. And anything, whatever pops into your mind, or it may be that you absolutely know what it is that you have to deal with right now, just write it down, make a note of that, please. And I want you to ask yourself these 3 questions around this thing that you have to address right now. So what do you really want from it by addressing it? What's the result that you're looking for? Again, just take a moment and capture what comes into mind. So why do you want it? What purpose does it have for you? And do you know what you need to do? Do you have a massive action plan? Okay, so the next part of this is looking at 3 key actions for change. Now, there may well be some inner conflicts there which currently have held you back, have gotten in the way of taking action on this. So identify, highlight, tune in to what may be getting in your way. Again, whatever comes up right now, to make a note of this. And how soon do you really need to do this? If it's critical that you make a change right now, to address it right now, then presumably that time limit that you have, the action needs to happen very quickly. So be clear on what and when, so that when you think of the changes that you need to take in hand, that what's going to happen if you don't make those changes. So that can just help you bring some more clear, definitive timing to it. So committing to the change can be helpful by every step that you've taken to reward yourself, to congratulate yourself, to celebrate the fact that you have actually done something. And it's amazing what a difference that can make. So even if you capture it within this notebook that you are now writing down this information as you're going through it, so you can keep coming back to this to measure it and see how much and how well you're progressing. So that's our step 1. And moving into step 2, which is about change and transformation, more specifically. And to be able to do that, we need to really ensure that we are absolutely focused on exactly what it is that we are wanting. So where is your focus currently? Is it on lots of other things, which dilutes the action that needs to take place? Is it on fear of what might happen if you do go ahead and do it? Or what's going on for you? So wherever you're at, I want you to know that you can change in an instant, just as we've done earlier, by taking what I refer to as a rescue breath. So when you're tuned into, when you notice that you're feeling, there are feelings in your body which are making you concerned about taking the next step, doing something, then I urge you and I encourage you to just take a rescue breath, just consciously breathing in and breathing out that pressure. Because very often what's happened is it's all in the head, it's all got too much. And we've not been able to see the wood for the trees. So another thing that can help is to do something called an offload. And as the picture suggests, the way to do this offload isn't necessarily to go and have a blast at someone, which can very often happen for many people when you've got all pent up with anxiety and pressure around something. What is so effective is to just take a pen and pad and simply keep writing all the stuff that's in your head. Just write down, get it out there, and use expletives even, whatever it takes in order to get it out of your head and get it out of your mind. So that is a precious way of doing it. And Never keep hold of that whatever you've offloaded. There's lots of fun ways of getting rid of it, but simply tearing it up is a really effective way of doing it. So step 3 is all about you feeling female and fabulous, both inside and out. So already we've spoken a little bit about feelings. How good are you feeling though? Just take a moment to scan your body. Consciously become aware of your feelings and where you're feeling them in your body. So what I'd like you to do is now rate that feeling on a scale of 1 to 10. Where are you? 1 is blah, and 10 is feeling fantastic. So make sure that you're clear with that, you've got it written down, because once again, this is a way of checking in and knowing that just in a moment you can change that. So have that there, and then you can check this again later at the end of the presentation. So moving to step 4. And here we're looking at our potential and passion. So what do we mean by this? Well, tuning into your dreams and desires can seem a little bit of a luxury, can seem even a bit far-fetched for some of us. Yet, actually, everything starts with a thought, with our imagination. So I urge you here and now to once again tap into what is going on for you. What do you so desire? Tune into your heart. That is where you will find your truth. And that's where the magic begins, where it all happens. And the impossible becomes possible. Yet we have to start with our imagination. It all starts in there. So it's ensuring that what we are visualizing, what we are imagining, are beautiful, fantastic things which are going to, give us so much of what we want. Yeah, so have an awareness of what it is that you may be conjuring up, what you're thinking about, what you're imagining. Because if it's anything less than that, then you have to be very careful, because if that's where your focus is, then that is more of what you're going to be drawing in, attracting to yourself. For where our focus is where our energy is. It is compelling. It is what we then see all around us. So make sure that it is what you are desiring, what you're really wanting, and not what you're not wanting. Because if that's where your focus is, guess what? That's what we end up attracting more of what we don't want. So please ensure that you are surrounding yourself with pictures of what it is that you do want, things that represent your heart's desire, and watch the magic happen. So step 5 is about self-empowerment and your expansion. So how could this make a difference in your life? Okay, so here we're seeing a woman looking at herself in the mirror. And the mirror is something that, for a lot of women, is avoided and is only looked into when necessary. And yet, if we were to take this as a metaphor, when we see, when we look at ourselves and we see who we really are, is that who is seen by the rest of the world, all the people around you? Or are you always holding up a mask? Is it really you who comes, who shows up? Or is it someone else who you think the world ought to see? Well, that gets very tiring. That mask gets very heavy. So something which is really refreshing is to know that very often what other people think of us is actually nowhere near what we think they're thinking of us. And that's exhausting when we get caught up in those cycles. So what can be really helpful is to make sure that you regularly pause, make sure that you stop and be still and silent and reflect on being in the now moment. Being present right now is such a gift, because actually nothing else matters when you are still and silent and it all is quiet. It's the perfect time to consider some self-introspection, which can be so valuable, so helpful, as we are able to tune in and really reconnect and learn more about what we are truly feeling and thinking. Because the habit of holding that mask up and playing a part, being an actress, more often than not, is exhausting, and it's not you, it's not me. So the power of self-reflection. And another little tip here is that if you're in the company of someone and they are behaving in a certain way which makes you feel uncomfortable, again, it can be worth just checking in. Is this person reflecting me and my behavior? Or is it that they are just simply projecting on me? So remember, you don't have control over how somebody else thinks or feels and what actions they choose to do. You only have that control over your own, over yourself. So you reclaim that power, for it is always your choice as to what you think and feel and what you do. So the final step, number 6, is about keeping things simple. I think the saying is KISS, keep it simple, sweetie. So I just love living in the wow. And well, what does that mean for you, to be able to live in the wow? For me, it means a joyful life. It means feeling light, feeling energized, and that things are fun, and that I'm able to keep learning and growing and meeting new people, and that is what is so energizing, body and mind. Phenomenal. I'd like you to just consider, though, how much effort you put into the way that you live your life generally. Because the irony is that when we let go, when we allow ourselves to be living in a more simple way, to not put so much effort into making things happen, it's incredible how things do just flourish and happen without that huge effort. So when we align ourselves to our heart's desires, and we keep it simple, so that we're dealing maybe with one thing at a time, it changes everything. That in itself can take the pressure off, whether it's work or whether it's family. Keeping things nice and simple, being straight, being truthful, being honest with yourself first and foremost about everything is a really great place to start. So what I'd like you to do is to identify one thing that can make life easier for you by letting go of it. So one thing, whatever comes into mind first, that's it. That's the thing. Make sure you've written it down, put an asterisk around it, but be clear with that. Okay. So quick recap with our 6 steps to getting you on track. Know where you are, and you are where you are. Okay, so the past is past, and the future is yet to unfold. You're right here, right now. So what's critical for you to address right now? I know you've got your answers there. Making changes for transformation. Be clear with where your focus is. Where do you want your focus? Choose it. Only you can do that. Make sure that you are clear as to where your vision is. And to feel fabulous and female inside out, keep checking in with your feelings. Remember, they are your sat-nav. They indicate exactly where you are, what's going on, how things are for you, whether you're in good company, whether you're not, and whether this is good for you, whether it's not. And remember that you can change that. You have the opportunity in that moment to do something different. Choose to do something different. Take the courage. Feel the courage. Feel the fear and do it anyway. So step 4 is about potential and passion. And we are filled with potential. And I hope passion as well. Passion, you know, that is the furnace inside when you think about the thing that makes you tingle, that you love. There's your passion. And with passion, oh, it's so easy to get what you want when you've got that passion driving you. Oh, yes. So tune into your dreams and desires and make them happen. Step 5, self-empowerment and expansion. So, yeah, how could this make a difference in your life? How to set out and learn something new each day. Just one thing, write it down, capture it on a video recorder, but be clear that you are giving yourself the opportunity to nurture and nourish both body and mind. And that is what keeps you growing, keeps you alive. You're alive. Okay, so step 6, keep it simple. And synchronicity is always there. It's always around us. Sometimes we're so busy though, we're not aware of it. So look out for it. You know, things don't happen by chance. It all starts from your imagination in order to live in the wow. So make sure that is you. Keep coming back to these things, these areas. Keep checking. Is this something that you can improve upon? What can you do different? So, a great little exercise here, and I love this saying, if you think you can or you think you can't, either way, you are right. I think that was Henry Ford. So, Use the power of your imagination. Picture it. Picture it. Get it really clear. All the colours. So it's the definition, the shading, the brightness. Get it really clear in your mind's eye. And hear the sounds around what it is that you're focused on, that you are desiring, that you're going to make happen. And feel the sensations. Feel it as though you've already achieved it. Feel that success of having gained it. Wow, yeah, feel it. Where do you feel it in your body? And give it a colour. Give it something that you really connect with, so that you can conjure it up in a moment. And there may be a fragrance, there may be something that you can smell about it. So use that part of your sense as well. And taste it. Yeah, really. In fact, I'm going to have a quick taste of water. So yes, taste it. Really, really use all those senses. And of course, probably the most important sense is your intuition. So be guided by that higher part of you, if you like, the part where you just know it. Okay. So if you have any questions, please do email me, metawellbeingcoach@gmail.com. Or, of course, you can call me on 07866 695 176. That will come up again in a moment. So just some coming on to what some of my lovely clients have written back to me on what they have gained from coming to see me. Before seeing Susan, I felt trapped and controlled by those around me. Susan helped me to realise that I had a choice to do things differently. Now I feel stronger, have more energy, and I'm so much happier. So, and now here it is. I'm excited to announce I've got a 6-week online program coming up. Boost your energy, improve your life. So there's my wonderful magical unicorn, because it is magical. You know, when these things start to change, oh my word, life is so different. It really is. So here we go. It is a 6-week course, interactive group sessions, which includes a personal questionnaire that I require you to complete and send to me. Email links to easy online access, video and podcast audios, weekly live Q&A, a secret Facebook group, resources for download, introduction sheets, weekly exercise sheet, worksheets, powerful PowerPoint slides. And the offer that I am delighted to share with you currently is at $697, and today $297. So how's that? And you get some exciting bonuses too. So I have another statement here from another happy client, but we are very close to time's up. So I'm just going to whiz through the special bonus. Bonus number 1, in order to help keep you on track, is balance. So interactive text, email support, Facebook forum. It's a great way to maintain focus, easy to keep on purpose with your heart's desires, supports the flow in ongoing personal success, gives you huge satisfaction using intentions and being accountable. So that's normally £29 a month, but today's special bonus is free for 6 months. And bonus number 2, keeping you on track, is harmony. And again, that's interactive text and email support plus 60 minutes talk time, tackling the specific areas in advance of challenge, ongoing development for peace of mind, planning and strategies checked and reviewed, measuring progress, essential for growth, uphold the vision, keeping you on track with laser focus, 60 minutes talk time with me included each month, and it guarantees a consistent way forward for success. So that's all conducted via phone, FaceTime, Skype or Zoom. And the bonus, it's normally £57 a month, but today it's free for 6 months. So another happy client here, and there we go. Just to remind you of today's special offer for Boost Your Energy, Improve Your Life. I would love to see you on this. I cannot tell you just how impactful it is, what a difference it makes to life, to work, to family, to you. You know, I have to say, it is life-changing. So today's offer is $297 instead of $697. And remind you once more to say thank you for showing up. You do, whether you're not sure about taking the step onto the wonderful 6-week online program, I'm still offering you my secret top tips resource. So remember to email me to ensure that you put into place all that we've discussed this evening. And so claim yours by emailing me. Otherwise, count me in. Yes, please. Call me 078 66 695 176 and claim your place today. And remember, you'll get those 2 fantastic bonuses as well. So it's been absolutely fantastic. I've really enjoyed it. It's a real pleasure. And this is about you ladies. And I so passionately love to share all that I have learned over the years in a way that is easy for you, makes sense. And I can't wait to get going with you. So thank you for being here, and good night.